Yo, what's good, Sam? Yo, what's good? How's it going? Ready for the stream, bro? Let me see who can I invite. Alright, so how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a little stream tonight. Hopefully, we can get some people in here. Yo, what's good, Enzo? How's it going? How's it going? Let me see here. Yo, do me a favor. You should send it to some people. You should send it, guys. Send the stream, and like the stream too. That's good, Enzo. That's good. Oh yeah, I think Sam beat you again this time. I feel like you guys are in an arms race between whatchamacallit, being the first one every single time. He beat you last time and he beat you this time. You gotta be... Enzo sent it though? Yeah, of course. It's the thought that counts. And I appreciate it. Cause Enzo's awesome, so it's fine, Enzo. You'll get it eventually. You'll get it eventually. It's looking kinda hot in here. I just took a shower, so my hair is different than it would usually look for you guys. It's more stringy. I actually like my hair when it's wet. I think it's pretty nice. I don't know. I think my hair, whenever it's dry, tends to not maintain its composure. But yeah. So, to anyone who joins, say your name and your favorite roller coaster in the chat. Oh, hello, Jayla. What's up? How's it going? Hi, Amy. How's it going? Hi, Emily. Okay, we got some decent people in here right now. Type your favorite roller coaster. Let me know. What's your favorite roller coaster, guys? We need some good answers, okay? We need some good answers. We got a couple things going on right now that I should probably discuss in today's live. But first I need to see everyone's favorite roller coasters first. Then we can move on with some stuff. Rip Ride Rocket? Okay. I'll allow it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's solid. Rip Ride Rocket's fun. I like Rocket. It was. I don't know what I'm saying. I just think, had a lot of mid-course brake runs. In case some of you guys are unfamiliar with what that is, it's basically, midway through a ride, when you get a section of brakes, and then you drop off, it really interrupts the pacing of the ride. And it also had a really bad rattle to it. I just think it was kind of sloppy looking. It didn't look great in the park. It was a very ugly coaster, if you get what I mean. The theming was kind of not up to Universal standards. I just think it had a lot of issues. And it was one of those rides that was a maintenance nightmare. Out of all the rides you could think of that are maintenance nightmares and just poorly designed, Rip Ride Rocket, what... I'm not grilling Jayla. I'm sorry, Jayla. I'm grilling Rocket. I'm not grilling you. I promise. But Rocket just had some fatal design flaws. Clearly fatal. But Universal, actually, believe it or not, they regretted building Rocket from the day it opened. It kind of cursed them for life. It literally is a cursed roller coaster. In terms of downtime and everything, if you watch El Toro Ryan's video on Rip Ride Rocket, you'll hear all about it. It's basically cursed. Wow, it looks like a lot more people have joined. Put your name and your favorite roller coaster in the chat if you've joined. I don't know if my thing's just bugging, but it says 11 people are here. I don't know if that's, but yeah, but no, Rocket was fun. I liked it. I think it genuinely had some crazy airtime because every time you popped up into a mid course, you got crazy airtime. And I love the non-inverting loop. That was my favorite part of the ride after the drop. That was really good. So it pulled some good forces. I just think it kind of cursed Universal because this ride had insane issues. It's not even funny. It was built so poorly from a design perspective. Mako and Kraken from Amy. That's solid. Yeah, I'd have to back that up. Mako and Kraken are both amazing. Obviously, I would say Mako is my favorite of the two. Well, I mean, it's like I've ridden Mako over 500 times, so I mean, like you would probably expect that. But Kraken is also really great. Kraken's a great floorless coaster, and it pulls some really good forces. It's an absolute classic. I really hope SeaWorld doesn't get rid of it. I don't think they are because they've been giving Kraken hella attention in past years. But I don't know. There's actually a thing. Forgot to tell you guys. Well, we'll talk about it later, but involving Kraken. Ooh, I should talk about that in my second episode of my podcast. We'll talk about the podcast too. We got a lot to talk about. But yes, Kraken and Mako, both very amazing, both solid. You think right now it's Mako? Yeah, that's solid. Mako's awesome. Barnstormer. Nah, Gwazi for life, bro. Gwazi for life. Gwazi. I love Gwazi. Number one. Once you get more rides on Gwazi, probably be number one. Yeah. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. I get it. It's hard sometimes taking the trek to Tampa. You know, you gotta deal with it sometimes. It's whatchamacallit. It's I don't know what I'm saying. Why the hell am I stuttering so much, bro? I swear to God. But yes, with more rides, you get a better feel for it. With roller coasters, one thing from my experience, you need to get a good feel for them. You need to try the front row, the back, every row. Once you get a good feel for it, you can start to notice the final details and make your analysis on the ride more fair and more objective. You just see what you're saying. You think it's because it was Universal's big coaster. You think actually wasn't, believe it or not. It was Hulk and Dueling Dragons were before because those were both in 1999 with the opening of Islands of Adventure. And the thing is, whatchamacallit, Dueling Dragons and the Hulk are both built by B&M. They are renowned for, well, until recently, we'll talk about that later. Until recently, B&M was known for being the world's most renowned coaster manufacturer. They built smooth rides, they built forceful rides. That's why Hulk and Dueling Dragons proved to be so successful because they are magnificently well designed. B&M was the premium coaster manufacturer in a sense, if you will, in the sense that their rides were crazy expensive, but it paid off because it's for premium parks like Universal because they're high capacity, they're hella reliable, and they were just insanely premium products. So essentially, Rip Ride Rocket comes along because they realize they opened Studios as their flagship park, and then Islands opened in addition in 1999, and they realized, oh, we screwed up. Now our original park is Buns, and Island has all this good stuff. So now it's just like kind of Studios has always been flawed in comparison to Islands, but that was especially apparent when they both opened. So they were like, okay, we need to beef up Studios now because now, unexpectedly, our secondary park is better than our flagship park. Who would have thunk? So they were like, okay, let's build a roller coaster at Studios, and that ended up being Rip Ride Rocket. And long story short, B&M, who is renowned for building great roller coasters, was, I think there are rumors why B&M wouldn't build Rip Ride Rocket. I think it was maybe because they were already working on a project around the time, which was Manta at SeaWorld. So due to that, they decided we're not gonna, we're not gonna build your new coaster because they can't do two projects in the same area at once. and Rip Ride Rocket was built by Maurer, which is a whatchamacallit, a flawed coaster. So that's kind of why that happened, because they're not built by Universal. One may expect that, but these coasters, for the most part, at basically all theme parks, beside Donkey Kong, that was built by Universal. But most coasters, for the most part, are built by third-party manufacturers, and typically dark rides and stuff are what's actually built by the park, or they may have third-party manufacturers as a partner. I think typically what Disney does is they do half in-house, half Vekoma. It's more of a partnership instead of like a contract. It's really interesting because Disney loves to design their crap a lot, and it pays off because they're so good. Wow, holy comments. But yeah, Rip Ride. It's cool. It was cool. R.I.P. It was fun. I miss it. But I think its time was up. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Every coaster has a service life. I think its service life was over. Nonetheless, though, still deserves the praise. But yeah, just issues. When you pull up to the can't be considered ugly into really you don't I that's interesting. So you're saying you don't think the vertical lift is ugly? I guess. I don't like the color scheme. It's very industrial looking. Especially when you have rides like Velocicoaster, which are beautiful with that sleek black Intamin track, especially at night. You got those lit up trains. These coasters are designed to be visually appealing. Stardust Racer is one of the freaking most appealing things ever built on planet Earth. So I just think Rip Ride Rocket, it was by the whatchamacallit, the sound stages and a back lot, it just looked ugly. I think parks need to understand, like, studio theming and backlot theming is not freaking pretty for your park. I get it. You can do a Hollywood area and actually make it pleasing. Disney did that with Hollywood Studios. But I don't want to see freaking sound stages in your park. Sure, you could get away with it and say that's theming. But is it good theming? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's stupid. I don't like it. But I get it. It was iconic. It was very iconic. I'll give it that. It was so freaking iconic. It's not even funny. Wow, this is just the Rip Ride Rocket live stream. Okay, guys, any questions about Rocket? But yeah. Mako the GOAT at SeaWorld. Obviously, yeah. Couldn't agree more. How long is Kraken in maintenance? Kraken isn't in maintenance, but there's something going on with Kraken. It's not in maintenance. Oh, I think it was because you may be saying that because when we went, it was closed. But I think that's because of a separate issue. Because when I went weeks ago, before I went with you most recently, I think I told you that like they were cycling Kraken all day with test dummies. But I think that was a separate like maintenance procedure thing, separate to whatever happened with the reason it was closed on our last visit, if that makes sense. It's like a separate thing. But nonetheless, there is still a reason why it's closed when we go. And I'll explain that in a second. It's crazy. You love hearing this while you're getting ready for bed? Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, no better bedtime story than Mr. Credit. Yes, Mr. Credit, absolutely. Thanks for educating you. Oh, yes, of course. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. Yo, wrap this up, boy. Or Corral. What you doing here, bro? What you doing here, bro? You're geeked, bro. You're geeked, bro. You've never sat and listened to a full stream? Well, we're going to do it hopefully more often and more consistently within the future of Coaster Credit. Consider this your apology for the lack of content. So I guess buckle up, buddy, because you're going to get into it more often. But that's cool. I'm glad I can be here to introduce you to your first full live stream experience. That's compelling. Your show? But yeah. Yeah, Sam, just don't dip, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Whatchamacallit, be true, be loyal. That's the word, loyal. Stardust Racers in the Night is so fun. Yeah, it may be the best night ride in Orlando. Hagrid's held that title for years and years, but I think Stardust is the new king of night rides in Florida. I'm not going to lie to you. Stardust at night is, excuse my pun, but quite epic at that. No, but genuinely, it manages to be almost therapeutic while rip your face off intense at the same time when you do it at night. I don't know how to explain it. I find coasters therapeutic. That's something weird about me. Typically, most people, when they ride roller coasters, their heart rate actually goes up out of fear. Coasters are kind of my whatchamacallit, my opposite. Like, they take away from my anxiety, they calm me down. And if we want to talk about heart rates, school got my heart rate way up higher than freaking hyper coasters. So I am taking a big coaster trip this summer. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know if we're gonna cover it all in this stream. Just comment down below what you guys want to hear about next. I'll run down the list of like the things to talk about. 1, my big coaster trip this summer. 2, the thing with Kraken. It's a minor thing, but 3, Epic Universe, or 4 Horror Nights. We'll do those 4 right now. There's more to or my podcast. Yeah. Those are 5 things right now. We'll try to cover all of them in this stream. No promises, but those are the main hot topics right now. But part of those hot topics will be covered in my podcast I'm doing, because I am doing a news segment in my podcast. But I'll tell you guys about that after. So part of the stuff I would be telling you right now, I kind of want to ease off on a little bit. So there's probably more things than just those 5 things, but I think I want to leave you guys still some suspense for the podcast, because I go more in depth on stuff like that. So I think that's a good way to not give you guys everything. But those are your 5 options if you guys want to. Yeah. But yeah, Stardust is one of the modern wonders of the world. Amen, brother. Bro, Stardust is so amazing. The airtime on that layout genuinely is freaking knocks my socks off. And the dueling elements, the celestial spin is sensory freaking overload. I love the launches. The transition from it's so nerdy and so stupid, but the transition from positive G-forces to negative G-forces on that top hat, on the ascent and the descent into the valley, is just chef's kiss. I love Stardust. And it has its charm to it. It may not be as themed or story-driven as Velocicoaster, which leads a lot of people to like Velocicoaster more, but I think Stardust Racers manages to be a more intense and more dynamic layout. So theming aside, I like Stardust more, but nonetheless, Stardust still has its charm theming-wise. Sure, it's not story-driven with pre-shows, but it is still story-driven. Sure, the queue could be better, but it manages to do some really, really cool stuff. It has a backstory to it. It has onboard audio, which is amazing. And the station is beautiful. So it has its charm and its beauty to it, despite the fact that maybe it doesn't have the animatronics and the queue of Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster is more story-driven by default. This is more just charming and wondrous. But it does have a backstory if you're really nerdy and you want to go on Reddit and get into it. But as a normal visitor, that's not really going to be too apparent when riding. But yeah. So yeah, it's fun. The lighting is great. A rocket theme stream. How do I know about the backstory at theme parks? That's funny you ask. That's a good question because I've actually been for quite a bit now kind of formulating the response to that question internally in my head. Coincidentally, before you've even asked me this question, I've already kind of been thinking about this in my head. And I think it's simple. I think with anything in life, if you love something so much, the information is going to come to you in a way. It all you need to have is the passion, and the information, the resources, the people, the community, they're going to come to you. And I am blessed to live in Orlando and have these parks at the best home park lineup. I tell people those coaster enthusiasts in Ohio with Cedar Point and Kings Island can fly a kite. Okay, do they have these dark rides we have here? No, they don't. But they're better coaster lineups. But that's beside the point. Um, when you love something so much, the information kind of comes to you in a way, and the coaster community, well, it kind of has some. It's a bit of a weird community. It's actually kind of weird because I would love to just make this all heartwarming and say like, oh yeah, all the coaster enthusiast peoples are great, supporting people who whatchamacallit, are super passionate and bring new people into the community or all that jib jab. I would be lying to you because there are some pretty snobby coaster enthusiasts. It's become kind of a bit of the part of the culture that people kind of, with theme parks as a hobby, there's urgency by default. You have between the hours of 9 and 10 or 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. to do all these rides. And with the way it's kind of set up, I want to be the first ever person to do this ride. Oh, this ride's closing. I want to be the last ever person to do this ride. And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of that. I love trying to do that. I love going on the last days and supporting. I went on the last day of Dinosaur. I went on the last day of Rock and Roller Coaster. I went on the last day of Rip Ride Rocket. All three of those, which, by the way, I was within the last ever 3 or 4 ride vehicles on. I think Dinosaur, I was the second to last ever ride vehicle. And keep in mind, that's with over hundreds of people fighting to be on the last vehicle. So I consider myself always super rarely lucky to be true in these scenarios. There are a lot of snobby people kind of in the snobby spoiled park enthusiasts. But nonetheless, there are still really good people in the community who I've watched online, and some of them I've met in person and have been really supportive of my content, meeting them at the parks. And I think with all these great content creators, it feels like there's a good amount of support, and I appreciate all they do for the community. And it's just my passion, and once again, information will come to you for things you love. So that's a bit of a thing, a bit of an inspirational thing, if you will. Yeah. But yeah, I'm missing a ukulele for my apology. That probably would be good. I actually do have a ukulele in my closet. I used to do ukulele in elementary for like 2 weeks till I got bored of them because they were on roller coasters. But I kind of forgot how to do the ukulele or play it. You've been on the stream, Sam. You've been on the stream. You love the epic pun. Yeah, I thought it was pretty epic. So maybe I'm recently biased for me, Hagrid's has the spot for night rides. It's definitely up in the air. It's not by far. I just love the idea of not having external lighting on the track and just doing it on the train so that you really feel like you are on a comet. It's so cool. But I get it. Hagrid's is an insane dark ride. I'm sorry, night ride, and you really feel like you're in the Forbidden Forest when you're back there and you're driving through the woods. Yeah, bro, that's pretty freaking lit. Hagrid's in general. I'm sorry. Hagrid's in general is just so freaking nuts. 7 LSM moments. A drop track, a spike, and this world-class theming. It's like the most immersive coaster, but it's outdoors. You don't get that. Usually the most immersive coasters are indoors. That's why I'm excited for you to ride Guardians, because that's actually an experience parallel to Hagrid's on that level. Guardians you may actually even like a little more. Airtime is my happy time. I guess you could say airtime is my happy time. That was super corny, by the way. For those of you who are unfamiliar, my phone wallpaper used to be this corny thing from Amazon that said airtime is my happy time and had a roller coaster on it. Well, it's not that corny. It's not that bad, but it's funny. It's funny. It's not there anymore because I low-key accidentally broke it because, you know, that's why I basically break, like, all my nice things on accident. Because one thing about me, that I don't really talk about that much is, like, I low-key kind of have anger issues, and I low-key kind of, like, break everything I own unintentionally, so, oh my gosh. But, yeah, I low-key do that sometimes, like, genuinely. Talk about your coaster names you did. What do you mean? Wait, what? Oh, is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. The podcast. Okay, I'll talk about the podcast. Let me read all these comments, though. Oh, you know I have, anger issues, Jayla. You know in math class, like, bro, I'd be crashing out over, geometry work. I'm partially joking, by the way, but I actually do. I broke, like, my last computer, I'm pretty sure, because it was lagging so much. I was just fed up with it. But that was, like, ages ago. Podcast, okay. We'll talk about the podcast in a second. I just want to get all these podcasts out of the way, because I'm pretty far behind in the comment chain. I was stapled the whole time on both rides of Stardust, so I didn't really get the full. That's fair. Universal Ops may not be as willing as SeaWorld Ops are. Need the little adrenaline kick to really love a coaster. Yeah, you just need to ride it more. Yeah, I agree. You just need to get a better feel for it. That's so inspiring. Thank you. Home park, Six Flags America. There are a lot of people who had that as their home park, actually. A lot of crazy diehard supporters there. That was a park with a cult following. I think it had some insane potential. It just sucks the state of things. Actually, they are getting, well, I'll talk about that in the podcast, but it's related to Six Flags America. Well, obviously it's closed. I said they are getting, so that may have, like, sounded like I was saying, oh, they're getting a coaster, but they're obviously not, because it's a park is getting a coaster from America, or Six Flags America. That's all I'll say. But we'll talk about the podcast on the news segment. The news segment, I'll tell you guys about the segments in a moment. Till I got bored of them because they weren't coaster. I'm crying. It's true though. I'm joking, but the ukulele is nice. It's a pretty nice instrument. I'm obsessed with Hawaiian culture and stuff. I think it's one of the coolest. Well, that's like, I guess, like, stereotypical Hawaii. Like I'm the person who expects to go on Hawaii and just be bombarded by tikis and ukuleles. Like, obviously, like, that's not realistic, but you know what I mean. Like, not stereotypical, but like, I guess traditional. Because it's not even a stereotype. It's just a lot of it's just genuinely true. But I love Hawaii. I got that from my mom. I think it's one of the most beautiful things. That's why I love the Polynesian Great Resort at Disney, because it combines Hawaii and theme parks. Freaking love it. Oh, and, like, Volcano Bay and stuff. I can't forget that. They called you Basher back at school because you would bash. Yeah, I'm Tommy Tough Knuckles. All right, that's the name. That's the name. Who wouldn't crash out in geometry? Yeah, who wouldn't? Especially you, Loki. Like you, kind of. I'm just kidding. Hey, no disrespect, no disrespect. Yo, today does feel like a Friday. Oh my gosh, today does feel like a Friday. I was literally thinking that earlier. Oh my gosh. My dad, Loki, he came back from a work trip. So part of that, he was really excited to see us. So part of that is kind of why it felt like a Friday. But also, like, the vibes were just right. I'm so upset. Now I gotta go to school tomorrow. I think I'm leaving early, though. So, because I'm getting a haircut. So I think I will be skipping some of that geometry. But new credit on Saturday, same new credits. 4 new credits, actually, looks like. 4 new credits. 4 new, actually good credits. All of them look solid. I am leaving before the test. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but that stupid test has my name written all over it next week. But hey, more time to study. Or more time to procrastinate and say I'm going to study, but not actually study. But it's still more convenient mentally, because in my mind I'm going to study when I know I'm not actually going to study, but it's still satisfying. Alright, stupid. Okay. On Saturday, yeah, so me and Sam and stuff, we're getting new credits on Saturday, which may low-key freak me up for my coaster trip, because I'm trying to, this is the biggest coaster trip we're ever going to be embarking on in Coaster Credits lifetime, and I'm trying to set it up in a way where I hit 100 coasters at the best ride. Okay? So it's kind of frustrating, because if I line it up one off and my 100th coaster is a kiddie coaster, I'm going to be upset, because for those of you who are unfamiliar in the coaster community, 100, 200, 300 rides, these are rites of passages. These are milestones that are not taken lightly. So I can't mess it up. And I think going to this secret location that we're going to be embarking and vlogging and having fun at may freak me up. But it's okay, because a credit is a credit, and we got some solid credits to enjoy. 4 of them, once again. So, you bombed the test. What does that mean for me? I'm going to get in the negatives? Like, that's bad news. You bombed that test. Apparently, it's really easy. Well, difficulty is subjective. And what's easy to one person may not be easy to most. I know you, of all people, usually tend to not struggle academically. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's fine. You're a good student, and sometimes it's a little harder. But I don't think the topics are that hard for this unit. Like, they are, but they aren't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're just talking about tests. This is fun. Wow, we're talking about, like, one of my least favorite things in a space that is intended to be discussing my favorite things. That's ironic. Where did everyone go? Yeah, we went from, 11 to 2. That's okay, though. We gotta keep the energy alive. It's like no one here, though. Apologies? You don't gotta apologize. I appreciate it, though. You guys are doing what... you guys are doing good, and I appreciate it. You're doing a good job of supporting and keeping the podcast alive. One thing I always think about when it comes to making content is that you're nothing without your fans, and there's nothing without the community. People are everything. You have to be a people person to do all this kind of stuff. This is kind of corny, but so yeah, without you guys, there wouldn't be a coaster credit. I low-key had it. Well, actually, this may be a bad idea, because I know you guys are I know you guys are obsessed with Coaster Credit and whatchamacallit, and like the name and stuff. But I low-key kind of had an idea while I was in the shower. I was like, low-key, I kind of have I don't want to spoil it to you guys, but I kind of have a channel rebrand name idea that may actually be kind of tough. But I feel like Coaster Credit has become iconic and associated. I know you guys are probably gonna flood the comments saying that, but well, I think some people are gonna not want to Coaster Credit to leave. Some people are gonna like the idea. It's all up in the air. It may not be a good idea, especially because I just started a podcast named the Coaster Credit Podcast. Maybe that could be the name of the podcast, and then the channel could be a different name. Because the problem with Coaster Credit is that technically I'm Coaster Credit 49, but technically there's another Coaster Credit out there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't want to tell you guys this, but there is a Coaster Credit. There's another YouTuber called Coaster Credit who is a roller coaster enthusiast. Oh, the merch! I forgot. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that to be an issue. But this is like long term. It's probably not going to happen. But I had an idea. And if I act upon the idea, one day you guys will learn about it. But I got to keep this stuff secret. I'm so bad at not keeping stuff secret. But I got to do it. I got to. For the sake of the channel and for the sake of your surprise. OGs will have it. Yeah, that'll be the OG before it got rebranded. If you want to see an exclusive interview and Coaster Credit, go watch the final episode of the Everything Bagel podcast. Absolutely go do that. Yeah. Okay, so we're all caught up, I think. You would buy the merch. I appreciate that. We will eventually, hopefully have a sort of online shop situation. But that's kind of long term. But how do you invest? We're working on the website. Yeah, we are. Well, the future of Coaster Credit is going to be a bright one. We'll just leave it at that. And part of that kind of segues into our next thing. The podcast involves the bright future. You want to be an OG? You already are. You're within the first probably 25, 30. That's impressive right there. When I get famous, you guys will all be remembered. You guys will all be right there. I appreciate it. So as for the podcast, we have completed filming and editing the first episode. It is in the process of being uploaded right now. The problem is it is a 2-hour episode. I genuinely don't expect you guys to watch all that because I get it. No one in their right mind would probably watch all that, at least within a sitting. You may watch it over time, over the course of a week. But I get it, like I really do. I'm busy too. Like, free time is hard. You listen to it while you're cleaning. That's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I was thinking. With a podcast so long, maybe it's more designed to be background noise than anything. We did include a visual element if you guys want to see that, where me and my dad are, or also Sam is in one of the segments, but me and the co-host or whatever will be sitting in a chair, and we designed a bit of a studio with coaster props. So you will see that when it gets released. It's uploading right now. But the problem is it's 2 hours long, so it's probably going to take a while. But we do have a nice studio created with a backdrop, coaster stuff. We put a lot of effort into it. We have 3 different segments. I already touched upon the news segment. There's the scheduled program, which is basically the happenings of that specific episode. The specific content. There's the news segment, and then there's the trivia segment. In the news segment, we talk about a lot. We talk about the latest updates within the theme park industry, the week-to-week updates. By the way, we're going to try to make this a weekly thing. No promises, but we're going to be consistent enough. It's just hard to edit an entire 2-hour podcast, but we will have updates and stuff talking about certain stuff. So maybe I won't touch upon the updates I was going to touch upon too much in this podcast number one, because it's already pretty long right now, and we may have to wrap this up in a little bit. And number two, once again, I don't want to spoil this all for you guys. So a lot of the stuff I was planning on touching on in today's live stream, don't worry, will be touched upon in the podcast, in the news segments, the daily happenings. But the coaster trip and the podcast we could kind of talk about, but that's the podcast. We've started working on episode 2. Episode 1 is done. It should be uploaded. I assume it's probably going to take a couple days to upload, but hopefully by this weekend you guys will have the Coaster Credit Podcast episode 1 to yourselves. I'm proud of it. I feel like we came up with a good episode, and I'm happy. So, yeah, that's your general consensus of the Coaster Credit Podcast. We have some fun stuff in there that we don't want to spoil. Yeah, you guys will learn about that once it releases. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to it while sleeping, so I dream about the podcast. Yeah, you should. You should. That's a great idea. I love the idea. And Emily, she's scared of HHN. Oh, I love HHN. I love it so much. Actually, we could talk about HHN right now. As I said, I was gonna save that mostly for the news segment. Well, you guys probably already know. You guys know what the house announcement and stuff. I'll briefly touch on it, but that's mostly going to be touched in the news segment of podcast episode 2, because that announcement was released after I already finished episode 1, so that's fun. I'm glad that so much has happened in between the time that I finished filming episode 1 and the time that I have started episode 2, because now whatchamacallit, I feel like the news segment for episode 2 is already starting to be filled up. And I was concerned that, like, if this is a weekly thing, will I have enough to talk about every week in the news segment? And I guess I doubted that for no reason, because I, for whatever reason, kind of forgot how consistent these parks are with changing stuff and adding stuff. Yeah. The Emily should be for the Kittylands, like the new Universal Kids Park. Oh, in Texas? Oh yeah, that looks fun. That's probably right up her alley. You're scared of everything. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get you over your fears soon enough. Just gotta be brave and just gotta do it, okay? Just gotta do it. The Doll's House made you cry. I like the Doll's House. I thought that was one of the most unique HHN houses. I thought it was really fun. It had a lot of what are called GATs. In the HHN terminology, GAT stands for Guest Activated Trigger. So throughout the house, there were a lot of things like you were the size of a toy, right? It was kind of like Toy Story but demented, and you were super duper small. And they did a lot of unique things you wouldn't expect from a Dolls themed house. I was more expecting the stereotypical creepy porcelain dolls, but they actually made it kind of a crazy Toy Story demented type environment. I really appreciate the set design and everything they put in there. I thought it was so creative. The more I think about it, Dolls actually may have been better than I remember. Because Dolls was so creative. You had scents in there. You had the GATs, which are the guest activated triggers, where you could press. They had like a toaster oven. I think you could press the button and it would like do a noise. You had like the giant, because you're the size of a toy, so like a giant, whatchamacallit, my brain went blank. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I forgot what that's called. Wait, what's it called again? The thing like you'd use to shave your beard or like shave your like sideburns, like bzzz. Oh my gosh, how did I? That's called a buzzer, right? Or wait, tell me what that is. I don't know why I just went blank. shaver buzzer? I swear, like, I actually just went blank. Like, when you get a razor, wait, is it a razor? Like, when you go to the barber, like, it's called a razor? Why did I forget that? I swear, I'm such a geeked person. Oh my gosh. But you had, like, a giant razor, a razor blade, giant razor blade, and you pressed the button, and it made the zzz noise. I may just be yapping, but that was like the guest activated triggers in the dollhouse. It was such a creative house, and you had scent design in there. You had some really creative scares and elements. That house was fantastic. It was very fun. It was kind of kooky. Um, it was a bit short, but they really took advantage of the space within those tents. So maybe that's part of the reason why it was short, because they went so deep into the set design that kind of limited their space. I think you may have had that issue a little bit with Hatchet, too. Hatchet was a decent length, but Hatchet had some of the most insane sets they've ever had in those tents. It was almost borderline soundstage level quality. Like, they built right up to the top of the sprung tent. You could see the giant western facade built all the way up to the top. They cooked with that thing. Oh my gosh, the tents were amazing. But yeah, we're all riding the roller coaster. Hey, our credit's a credit. The catter bus is low-key kind of creepy, though. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the lead car for the train, the catter bus, it's low-key kind of creepy. It's funny, though. Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow. Yes, I'll touch on that briefly. The new house announcement, where you're getting a Jack the Clown versus Dr. Oddfellow, Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. I'll briefly touch on what I inferred from it. What I inferred they were going for is a kind of coin flip kind of thing. Honestly, looks to be some of the... I've heard like a tweet or something from some Universal designer, some creative team member, and he was saying that this house, Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control, was the most physically demanding HHN house he has ever created. And that's mind-blowing to me, because I've seen what they can do. I've seen Terrifier, I've seen El Artista, and I've seen the production value, the freaking insane production value attached to those houses, and that got me thinking, like, what's next? Is this next? Is this concept next? I've heard that they're doing things they've never done before. They have absolutely created this lore and this backstory and built upon this lore for its HHN canon, and they've took bits and pieces feeding off of the old original stories that they had to tell generations ago at the beginning of HHN, completing the canon, if you will. This looks to be insane. That's all I'm gonna say. This looks to be insane. But yeah, what if you make a Carmen Winstead house? Is that what people are saying? Like, I saw off the corner of my eye while I was yapping. Like, people are saying, like, get him banned. What does that mean? Is that, I actually don't know what that means. Is it for the best that I don't know? Or, like, what? Because I genuinely don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks like everyone's saying he should get banned. Well, I was already on the he was already on the chopping block either way, so. Jack the Clown needs a section of his own in the podcast. Yes, he does. And Igor. And Igor, too. Igor. This is a catacomb navigation unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. He does. Jack the Clown's a celebrity in his own right. It's an inside joke? It's not an inside joke. Okay, I don't know who to believe. It's a phobia? It's a video? Okay. That's, oh. Geez, that's something. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but, yeah. So, I don't really know what to say. Like, I hope you're no longer afraid of it. I really don't know what to say, but yeah. Okay. Don't mention it, Sam. Be nice. Be nice. Igor is superior to all. He really is, though. Igor is lucky the GOAT, though. He's funny. He said you should be taller. Yo, he roasts me too, bro. Like, when I met him, like, he be roasting my shirts. He be roasting my socks. Oh my gosh, he's funny. Yo, he's hilarious. I love Loki. This is kind of, I love how like edgy Loki Universal can be. I think people need to understand, like, I feel like people are so sensitive nowadays, and this is a whole nother topic unrelated to coach I could rant on and get into. I think what's fun in life if you're not gonna have jokes. I think benign jokes as a society connect us all together, and if we could live in a world where we're no longer sensitive and we can learn to um, have fun and not be so, I don't know. I hate when, I'm not saying like, I'm not saying bully people. That's not what I'm saying. Don't bully. Like, but I think people can be sensitive to benign jokes, and I love that Universal has tapped into the fact that they will have their characters roast you. They will have Beetlejuice, if you go to studios, he'll make fun of you. But it's funny because you're not being singled out, you're not being bullied. It's just something that can bring us together as a society if we can all learn to laugh with each other about our differences and our funny quirks. Don't attack someone's character. Don't attack someone's face. I've learned not to attack someone's face. Don't say you have an ugly face or you look like this. That's 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 wrong. A face is something that, for the most part, can't be changed, and that's very, very personal to someone. I really don't think you. There are certain aspects to a person that you don't attack. Um, if if your mom or your cousin or something has a really big earring, you make a joke about it. Like, this is on the spot, so it's not actually funny, but like, wow, that earring's the size of Jupiter. Like, you need to learn to um I don't know, celebrate your differences but have fun at the same time. And I think Universal, I love that Igor will come up to you and absolutely roast the crap out of you if your mustache is not well lined up. He will let you know that, and I think that's funny. I love what Universal does. Universal uh tries to have characters that, I guess, morally within their universes and their plot lines are, I guess, sort of insensitive. Um, but that's fun at a theme park. I think it's fun to have these walk around characters who, because people love that. That the idea of characters like Igor is so amazing because um people love that so much. You see all these TikToks with Igor. It's like a perfect money making strategy for like theme park lovers and like even like people like Disney adults. Like, as annoying as they stereotypically can sometimes be, I have no problem with adults who want to go in and be a theme park lover and love Disney. I just think it's corny when people like are weird about it. But like, no, like, obviously, me of all people, why would I judge a person who goes to Disney World because they love it? And as an adult, that's stupid. Don't say Disney is just for kids. Everyone has the right to do and love what makes them happy. I love Disney World, and I'm not 7. So, kind of forgot where I was going with that. Um, you need to cater to those kind of people too. Most people aren't gonna really care that much about walk around characters, but the diehard theme park fans, people like us, actually really like that kind of stuff, and I think it's cool. To have, you want to cater to everyone. Um, that was really well put. I appreciate it. Yeah, I kind of stutter a lot, and I kind of sometimes I go off on a tangent and just start yapping, but. You're going to Disney? That's awesome. What park are you going to? Tell me more about it. I'm sorry, man. I I've been lying, I guess. I've been lying to you. I'm not 7. You, yeah. Yeah, he is. He's a pretty funny dude, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sam. I guess I've disrespected your integrity in a way. What time is it? I don't want to leave the stream because it... Oh, I just realized the comments tell me the stream. It's 10:02. Wow, I was going to ask you guys what time is it, but because I didn't want to leave the stream just in case, but the comments say it is 10:02. I'm trying to think. I did not finish the Savas. Wow, that is... Okay, I may be fried. Worst case scenario, I'll just do them before I go to bed. You're going to Magic Kingdom. That's great. Magic Kingdom's probably the most iconic and the best place to start. There's a lot of rides you're gonna want to do. You're gonna want to get there early. You're gonna want to stay late. Luckily, the Sava. No, I thought the Savas were due today. I thought they're due tonight. Oh shoot. Yo, I was laughing. You're finishing your... Yo, my exact reaction, Sam. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. Oh, hey, Nico. How's it going? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Wow. How's it going? Yeah, you are helpful. Bro, I literally had that crazy reaction, and bro, Sam matched my energy exactly through the comment section. That's funny. Wait, but no, tell me, the Savas is due today, right? Ban her for 2 weeks. Why do we gonna ban her? Oh, that was you who said that. For some reason, I thought it was someone else. This is like the second time I've spilled water on one of these stupid streams. Wow, I guess no one's gonna answer my question. All right, you're getting banned, Natalie. I'm kidding. So wait, but Natalie, keep telling me about MK. Well, I guess there's not much else for you to tell me. But what ride are you looking most forward to? MK is a stacked park, and luckily MK has the best lineup of Walt Disney World rides. It opens very early and it closes very late, so you can get a lot done if you're locked in and have a good game strategy throughout the day. It's the one of the best, most stacked ride lineups at a Disney park. I'm Loki. You guys know what I'm really excited for? I'm excited to go to Disneyland one day. I'm excited to go to Disneyland. Disneyland actually looks so goated. Like, I can't believe how goated it looks. It looks too good to be true. Like, even better than Magic Kingdom. But I plan on talking about my most anticipated theme parks in a future podcast episode. So maybe I'll leave you guys in suspense a little. 939 words? Wow. I'm at like 300. I completely forgot. I've got like so much I gotta... Wait, wasn't there another thing we had to do? Was it just the wild right? I don't know. I'm cooked, but... Well, I know, low-key, most other people haven't done it. 1,075, that's impressive. But tell me, what ride are you most excited for at Magic Kingdom, Natalie? Did she leave or something? Was she actually offended by what you guys were saying? I don't know. That's not a bad idea, Sam. That's not a bad idea. I should tell you guys about my coaster trip. I forgot about that. Comment down below who wants to hear about my coaster trip. My grand coaster trip. I'm trying to think. We'll wrap this up in a couple minutes, but we've got a good momentum right now. This is the best momentum we've had in a stream yet. I'm happy about this. Good night, Nico. Disney Cruise, but only for Coaster Credit fans. I like that. Yeah. I forgot to tell you guys. Well, most of you guys probably already know this, but I am in the process of designing theme parks, and I plan to have a theme park chain like Universal or Disney when I grow up. Call it unrealistic, but I mean that's the, I guess, pipe dream goal of my life. I've designed 4 theme parks. It's going to be a Disney Universal style resort chain, a water park, a couple of hotels. Loki, should I have a cruise on my parks? I may actually, I'm thinking I may actually do a podcast episode where I tell you guys about my designs for my theme parks. I actually kind of love the idea because I'm pretty proud of my work, and I think I've designed some epic universe level themed environments. So yeah, I'm super excited. You heard the OG story behind every ride. Yep, you're an OG. We do need an elaborate video because, yeah, I've designed some Universal Disney level stuff, so I would love to give you guys a full video. We do need that. You are indeed correct. But yeah, you support the idea, Emily. Thank you. I appreciate that. You would love to hear? All right, let's hear about it. We're gonna talk about the coaster trip now. Whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, Sam low-key Sam is kind of locked in on the whole story. Sam's the goat. So we'll talk about the park trip this summer. Coaster Credit will be embarking on the grandest coaster trip I have to date. I have, done smaller coaster trips in the past. I've done one to the Carolinas for Carowinds. I've done one to Tennessee for, yeah, that's a throwback. Yeah. It was a T-Rex at one point. I've kind of changed some stuff a little, but yeah. But I have done Carowinds, I have done Dollywood, but this is my first, I guess, like grand multi-park coaster trip, if you will, in a way. I'm so excited. It's gonna be Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Holiday World. All some of the most freaking. Wow, you're in here. Oh, hold your horses. This is my cat, but this is one of 3 cats I own. But he's a really afraid one. The other 2 are docile, but this one is afraid. So, like, he actually, like, I've had him for, like, 3 years, and he actively still hates me. And he's coincidentally in my room, so I'm going to try to deal with him. He always runs away from me. I'll try. Okay, buddy. He's actually a really fat cat, surprisingly. He's, like, the biggest cat of all of ours, and he's, like, the youngest at the same time. Yeah, he actually hates me, kind of. He sometimes just chill with me, but it really depends on the gatito. He's heavy. Yo, alright. Yo, I'll let you out. But yeah, little gatito. Dollywood is insane. Yeah, you guys need to go to Dollywood. Dollywood is like the most charming theme park ever. The theming is so good. It's so beautiful. And it has a genuinely amazing coaster lineup. Lightning Rod, okay, I get it. It's backstory. It's an RMC. It was RMC, being as innovative as they are, built the world's first wooden coaster with a launch. And it's this insane terrain-based layout with ejector airtime wave turns and just an overall insane pacing. You haul into those brake runs with a ton of speed. Combine that with a pretty sick 1960s hot rod style theme. It's very jukebox style, very rockabilly style, I think is what it is. It's so sick. And the vehicle, it's a hot rod, and you got the Beach Boys playing in the. It's like groovy. It's such a cool theme for a coaster. And hot rod's such a great theme for a fast coaster. So lightning rod is great. Long story short, it ends up being, because it's the world's first wooden coaster with a launch, it's insanely unreliable. So long story short, they have to scrap the launch and turn it into a lift hill. Now the problem is it may run a bit slower without the launch. Overall, the actual ride is not as affected in terms of pacing, especially approaching the end of the layout, which is actually the best part of the layout. It just sucks that there's no longer that amazing launch there, because the launch was a novelty and part of what made it so fun. It's still an amazing ride, and it still has some crazy pacing. And part of it, I think, why people thought it was so slower without the launch is the fact that it was running a lot slower when the opening launch or opening lift hill POVs were taken. So I think that maybe when it opened with the lift hill and all those POVs were taken, it was earlier in the year. So, and it also needed more time to warm up with the new system in place. I'm sure it hadn't run much before the new system was in place. Um, or before, I don't know. But, so, it's not by default as good as it used to be, but it's still one hell of a ride. And I got to do it with the chain lift. I got 3 rides on Lightning Rod on my day at Dollywood. I got a front row ride, a row 11 ride, and a row 12 ride, which are the 3 best rows on the ride. It was out of this world. I loved it so much, and those ops were so kind with the airtime room. I had a ball throughout that layout, let's just say. I had a lot of space between my lap bar. Dollywood trip. Let's do it. Let's make it out the live stream. Yeah. Oh, yo, the podcast, we're at 67 minutes long. Haha. You guys actually know, one thing that's funny, the Hulk at Universal actually goes 67 miles an hour. And Rip Ride Rocket in life was 167 feet. What is with all these Universal rides that has 6'7" listed in their height and speed statistics? That's a genuine thing. I'm not making this stuff up. The Hulk is 67 miles an hour. So I guess if you've ever wanted to go 67 miles an hour on a roller coaster, the Hulk is your ride. That's oddly specific, though, too, because usually parks like to market it. They, I guess, request the manufacturer, hey, can you build this in a way where it's going by fives, like 45, 50, 55, 60 in terms of speeds. Typically, parks wouldn't have speeds at random numbers like that. I guess they tell the manufacturer, can you design this in a way where it builds up just this amount of speed? That doesn't mean it actually always goes that speed, because, coasters run different, give or take, depending on the weather conditions and stuff like that. So when I went on Ferry 325, it goes 95 miles an hour, but there was probably at one point where I was going 100, borderline 100 at the end of the night, and vice versa in the morning, maybe closer to 90. Coaster speeds vary. So it's not going to be exactly 67, but it's typically going to be 67. Hey, and so we're talking about how the Hulk is 67 miles an hour. Ain't that a funny thing? Ends lame emoji. Why are you dogging on yourself? Why are you dogging on yourself? All the coaster credit, OG fans. Yes, we are. Dollywood is so cool. But yeah, back to my coaster trip. The Great Coaster Trip. Going to 3 parks. All some of the greatest amusement parks in the U.S. The gold standard for amusement parks, if you will. They're not theme parks, they're amusement parks, but they're still have solid attempts at theming. And I think amusement parks, while they lack maybe the elaborate theming of like a Disney or a Universal park, they still more than make up for it in charm. They still have charm and some pretty cool ambiances. I think theme park or amusement parks can do really a good amusement park like Carowinds or or Dollywood's a theme park, I should say. But like a good place like Carowinds nails the atmosphere down perfectly. So I'm very excited. These places all look very charming. I think the best two coasters of the trip are gonna be the Voyage at Holiday World and Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. One of them is a Gravity Group Woody, and Steel Vengeance is an RMC Hyper Hybrid. So yeah, I'm sorry, you guys flooded me with comments. I think earlier you were talking about the food at Dollywood. Yes, the food looks, yeah, the food is good. Yeah, the food looks insane at Dollywood. I'm talking crazy food at Dollywood. Wait, why did I say the food looks insane? I've literally been there. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm losing brain cells right now. Tired. The food is insane. I've been there. I don't know why I said the food looks insane. Forgive me. But the food is insane. The cinnamon bread is crazy. What else did I have? We have like this burger place. It was pretty good burgers. Like this place. Oh, I didn't get to eat at Aunt Granny's. Yo, when we do the Dollywood trip, guys, we need to eat at Aunt Granny's when we go to Dollywood. That is their Southern inspired all you can eat buffet. And I've heard the food is to die for. They got like fried chicken, they got like biscuits and gravy. It looks crazy. Yo, did he just say his last name is Burger? Do you come with fries? Is your middle name Cheese? Yeah. We had a wiki race about Steve. Yeah, we did. Absolutely, I'll be your tour guide. I will take you guys to the best freaking rides there. And the best thing about a unique park like Dollywood that's not your typical boring amusement park and actually has theming and charm to it is the amount of experiences that are unique. I didn't get to do everything and see everything, but they have so much that you wouldn't even see at a normal theme park. So many thematic experiences outside just the normal rides. I love it when theme parks do that. Thank you, the Hard Rock Cup. I appreciate it. But like you have a blacksmith at Dollywood, like not just a themed thing, like a genuine blacksmith there who are actively doing, there's multiple of them who are actively doing projects, and you can just walk into their shop and it feels so authentic and southern, and the vibes they just nailed perfectly. It really feels you're in the Smoky Mountains in this park, and there's all these pine trees everywhere. You really feel immersed in this woodland, charming environment. It's not just a theme park. You've got these rides that are integrated into I'm sorry, with this theming. They have a train. I didn't get to do the train because we had Trailblazer Pass, which is their fast pass, and we were still on a time crunch, believe it or not, because the operations were decent. It was a bit of a SeaWorld issue in the sense that they didn't have groupers at most of the rides due to staffing, which groupers are the people assigning your rows. It's definitely not as premium in terms of operations as I expected. I expected more the Universal style operations because it's such a premium park. It's their good operations. It's just it feels a little on the operations, a little shaky. They're still really solid. It's just not world class ride operations, I would say, but it's still good nonetheless. And you've got these rides integrated to the terrain. You've got the train. You've got a literal bald eagle habitat full of hundreds and hundreds of rescued eagles. Just a massive bald eagle habitat built into the mountainside. It's such a great place. We gotta have cinnamon breads. Cinnamon bread is insane. Okay? It's like the best theme park food. It's actually to die for. To die for. It's crazy. Daily streams? That's a great question. I'm gonna be honest. Most likely not. Not that I don't love it. I love to have you guys on streams, and I love doing streams. But I just don't know if I'm gonna have the time to do it every day, and it can be a little tiring, low key. My voice is honestly sort of killing me right now. As much as I love doing this, talking for this long straight. Not that I don't want to do it. I love doing it. It's just hard on my voice. I'm definitely probably gonna crash after this. Unless, wait, you guys didn't answer my question. The Savas, whatchamacallit? That's due next week, right? That's unrelated, but it's due next week, right? So I can just go to bed? Question mark. Um, but back to, like, I love doing streams. It's probably gonna be like a buy/try weekly thing. I really love to do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. But guys, the Savas, in sixth period. Natalie in sixth period. But yeah. Okay, it is due today. Okay, I told you. I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. I've done 2 of them. I'll probably do them tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, guys. Trying to see if I missed any questions. You do want to do more videos cooking park foods, though. Oh, yeah, I did the pizza fries video. I would love to do an at-home cinnamon bread video. It would take me back to the amazing memories of Dollywood, place I miss dearly. That's a great idea. That's a freaking great idea. It's due today. Okay. Just YOLO it. Okay. Okay. Wait, what did you do? Sam, tell me which food you did. Which theme park food? Was it Butterbeer or something? Because you said theme park. I didn't read that wrong, right? Yeah, videos cooking park foods. What did you try? And Sam, what'd you try? Oh, you did do cinnamon bread. Oh. My pizza fries low-key came out alright, but yeah, cinnamon bread. Cinnamon breads. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel like that's gotta be like butterbeer, cinnamon bread. Those are like some of the and mac and cheese scones at Epic. Those may be the holy trinity of theme park foods. It came out it's okay, it happens. We'll come together eventually and do a collaborative theme park cooking video, and my pizza fries came out all right too, so you don't have to feel bad about yourself. We'll join forces and hopefully come up with something cool that we can both be proud of. But yeah, as much as I hate to see you guys go, I think we're getting pretty long into the stream, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I can hear my folks outside. We're probably getting close to wrapping up the evening. Yeah. So, butterbeer is great. Don't knock it till you try it. But yeah, as much as I hate to leave you guys, get your final questions out now, because I think we're wrapping up now. I'm tired. But yeah. But I love doing this for you guys, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Once again, there's no Coaster Credit without its fans, and you guys have been a great audience. What's my next video? That is TBD. I guess the podcast first episode, if you will. But maybe posting some old vlogs. Maybe getting back to that. I really want to try. Not that it's unsalvageable, but I'm definitely going to have to do a bit of working to get the channel back up to a consistent status. It's not unsalvageable, but okay. You appreciate me? Thank you. I appreciate you too. That's going to be it. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating me, for taking the time to chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's been a great live stream. And it's been our most successful stream yet. It may be, I would love to get to a status one day where I could consistently have 50 people in the stream. That's not where we're at right now, but I think eventually we can have that. But I think for only having about like 5 or 6 people on average in the stream, we've had a lot of momentum today, and I really appreciate you guys for being super engaging and continuing with the questions. It means a lot to me. Because as you guys know, this is something I'm very passionate about, and it means a lot. Anthem, like, I'm gonna do that in first period or something. I really don't know. I'm probably cooked, but I'm probably cooked. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So, good night. Good night. Thank you, Jayla. I will have sweet dreams about the theme park I made. Yes, of course. So, we'll see you guys. That's it. Bye, guys. Good night. Thank you again. Thank you. Bye. Good night, little bro. GG's. Good night, guys. Peace out.